Hi, Tom Mitchell, the 1 Minute Dog Trainer. We are here with Kathy and Micah. And tell us a little bit about Micah.
Micah's about 2 years old. She's a rescue dog. She's timid around larger dogs. She is from a family of 2 other dogs, and she gets along great with them, but with the larger dogs here, she's quite afraid. She likes to pull things off countertops and tear them up.
All right, that's an interesting trait. And what else? I noticed you came today with a gentle leader on, which is a kind of a cousin to the halter or the halty. Now we see that Micah's going underneath the little bench here, which has two purposes for her. One, kind of gets her out of the limelight, and 2, it gets her in the shade, which it's a little warm here right now. We're going to ask her to come on back out, and we're going to talk about how the gentle leader is on her, and then just see if we can work with her in a couple different ways. So Micah, could you please come out, honey? Come on out. Come on. Thank you so much. Dog doesn't particularly have any big challenges, but what I've been told is if she doesn't have this type of a leader on her head, she pulls on the leash very hard. And so that's something that we want to help teach her not to do. So we can do that in a couple different ways. Okay, first I'm going to ask her to sit down. Now, I could push right here on her hindquarters, but that's a little hard on dogs. So I want to bring, and she's a little concerned about her hindquarters here. We'll bring a little awareness. Now you see her tail? Her tail's really floppy. She doesn't have a lot of connection to her tail. So we're going to just gently rotate this. And if you have small children at home, you want to make sure that you've brought awareness to your dog's hindquarters before you start just pulling on the tail and working with it. You do this with awareness and understanding. Couple little circles around here. And then we're going to just start to move the tail around again in a few little ways. Again, these are techniques that were developed by Linda Tellington Jones of the T-Touch. Brilliant trainer, horses, dogs, whales, zoo animals, and a real good friend of ours. So we thank you for paying attention and understanding that we can use touch, our voice, visual signals or cues, fun little ground exercises to help dogs learn in a new and wonderful way. So we're just doing this. I'm using the tip of my finger right now to bring awareness. I'm gently holding onto her collar. Now, what I wanted to bring up is that this is really tight. And I know, and we know from working with another dog recently, that if it's not snug, it pulls right off. And yet we don't want to make it so tight that it's a little uncomfortable for her. So we're going to just loosen this up just a tiny bit. And then we want to see if we can help her learn to lead gently using our visual cues and without pulling. That's where, and again, we don't have a labyrinth set up here right now, but that's where we'll use the wand as a visual cue, our voice, and we'll also give slight signals on the lead. So I'm just going to walk this way with her a little bit. I'm going to stay real close to her. Kath, you can come right next to me, right here. And there's a little technique that I like to use. And you see how she's leaning into me? She wants to lean right up against me for support. It's okay. I actually like dogs being close, but it's her way of saying she's uncomfortable right now. She's a little afraid. Wherever I am, that's got to be a better spot than where she is. Okay, honey. So, what we're going to do, okay, I need you just to come with me gently, easy. Okay, and sit down, please. Sit down, please. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you just to stay. We're gonna bring in a few of these little hula hoops, give her something to focus on. All right. So let's go real slow. Now, what I'm gonna do just to help work this a little bit is I'm just gonna take this lead for a second. I'm gonna run it through the collar like that. Come back underneath to the halter. I want to show you what I did. So I have a lead on the collar, and I've got a lead on the halter there. Okay, so I can give her a little signal here and a little signal on the head. And I'll do that while I'm holding the wand. Okay, let's walk this way. We want to walk really slow. And this is what I want to teach her, is to walk slow. And then stop. And then we're going to take another step. Stay inside the hula. Oh, you see the little hula hoops make her a little concerned. I can use the wand to touch her. Please come around. Okay, let's go back the other way. And right here. Thank you so much. Okay, let's walk back through the hula hoops. I want to give you a little signal on this. Please come. Now we're working with a dog who's 2 years old. A lot of patterns and habits already set in. A rescue dog. It's okay. We just want to work with this. Come this way a little bit, please. And what we're working with her to do is just take a step or two at a time and then stop. Ideally, a step or two at a time, stop, sit down, wait, move again. This may seem like such a simple little exercise, but when working with a dog who already has habits, who came from a broken home, we want to just help develop some confidence. Now you could see what happened when I brought the wand toward her. And you don't need these kind of wands. We like them because they're real easy for the dogs to see. But you can use a little bamboo pole, a garden stake, anything at all, as long as you use it gently. Okay, so I'm going to use this as a visual cue. We've got visual, my voice, and then the little signals. Now I'm going to ask her again to please sit. Please sit. Thank you. That was really well done. Thank you. I need you to stay, please. Very nicely done. Okay, could you come, please? Very good. Come on, we're going to come back through this way again. Let's do that same exercise again. And you know what? See how it's getting kind of tangled up in her feet? That's really a good thing. That's okay. Helps bring her into a state of awareness of her body. And as long as I'm careful that she's not running or getting tangled up, that's okay. Okay. Could you please sit down? Thank you so much. Now what I want to do just for fun right now, because we know that she tends to pull if the halter isn't on. Let's just take that off for a second. Let's come back. Come on back over. Now I'm doing this longer than I normally would in 1 minute, but that's just to give you an idea. Sit down, please. There we go. Thank you so much. And she's just a little afraid. That's fine. And laying down is perfect. Stay, please. Thank you. And you can see she's wagging her tail. She's kind of having fun. Let's go back. Thank you. It's okay. You can stay. Okay, come on. Yay! And then she comes up. That's so good. You did really well there. Thank you. Now, this is what we want to do, and it may seem very simple, but we want to just work with her with these simple little, come on back, honey. Now she's walking away, and you can see, oh, this is great. You can see we've taken the halter off of her, and now she's pulling on the lead. There's no longer an inspiration because it's not controlling her head. But what we want to do is teach her no matter what, even without a leash, that she would come when she's called, and she would gently and easily walk beside us. And we would do this by these simple little, even just 5-6 feet. Please sit. Thank you. Short exercises. Now, when you're at home with her, what we want to do is just 1 minute at a time. Do a simple little sit and wait, and then ask her to come. And then teach her to walk next to you really slowly, just for a minute or two at a time. And challenge her to do it both with just the halter on, or just the collar on, or the double lead setup that we've been using here today. We'll check in with her a little later Thanks a lot, Tom Mitchell, the 1 Minute Dog Trainer.